I'm just making this video because I purchased this OnePlus. I keep calling it OnePlus. I'm so used to having OnePlus phones. This is a Nothing Phone 2. I bought it earlier in the week. It arrived yesterday, which was a Friday, and I've had the chance to have a little play with it in the evening and this morning, and set it all up. It's a very, very nice bit of kit. I've put a case on it. I've got a glass screen protector to go on. It comes with one pre-applied, just a film one, so it's okay for now. Yeah, I just wanted to make a comparison video really, because I was watching a lot of comparison videos before buying it. As you do, you look at reviews and you see what people like about it, and there was generally, I'd say, more positive reviews on the Nothing Phone 2 rather than negative. I did see a few negative ones, but the people hadn't really used the device. There was one video, this guy hadn't even got one, and there was another one where I don't think they'd fully tested it, or they were just making assumptions. Anyway, I looked at a lot of the reviews. I looked at the company and the what they're doing, and I've been a OnePlus fan since, well, the OnePlus One came out, to be honest. The first OnePlus device I bought was the X. I just looked through some emails actually, and I got an invite to buy it in 2015. I must have submitted an invite to buy it, and I bought it. It was 199 Great British pounds back in November 2015. So that's, wow, 80 years ago, if my math is correct. So I had the OnePlus X for a little while. Must have been for, I'd say 3 years maybe, probably about 2. I lost it. It then got stolen and never returned. So that's disappeared. I then bought the 3T, which I'm filming on now. Bought it off eBay, second hand. Been a really good device, although I went through a few batteries, as the replacement batteries I bought were rubbish. And I also smashed the screen in my boot. I shut the boot of my car dead on the screen and smashed it. So I bought a replacement, which was an LCD panel rather than, I believe, their OLED originally. So the colours were never the same. Double tap to wake didn't work, and I just thought the device was getting a bit clogged up really. So I ended up buying 6T. Now the 6T I bought in April 2020. I bought it off eBay again, like a second-hand deal. This has been a great phone. I love the gestures feature. Put the torch on by doing a V, turn it off by doing a V. You've got your double tap to wake, double tap to shut off the screen. You've got your alert slider here on the side, which is very, very useful. Excuse my thumb, that's not dirt under there. That is where I nearly pulled my nail off and it started bleeding. So yeah, this is on Android 11. Like I say, I've had this for over 3.5 years. This is the 256 gig model. I've not really used up a whole lot of the storage. And it's on Android 11. Really good phone. Like I say, can do pretty much anything with it. There's a few high-end games that might lag if that's what you're into, but there's a few games I play on here. You know, I still dabble in a bit of Pokemon Go, and I check my Clash of Clans every so often, and it handles them fine. It really does. The cameras are okay. The thing with Android cameras, well, particularly on, I say, this era of phone, it might just be the OnePlus, I don't know. If you want to use Androids for social media, you've got to get one that's well optimized, because a lot of the time the photos don't look particularly good on using the social media apps. I'm not really on them at the moment, so it doesn't bother me. But the camera itself records in fairly decent quality. I've not got any complaints with the pictures themselves and the videos. The only thing I might say is that taking a picture isn't very instant, and in low light situations it's just not worth it. I've got friends with iPhones that can take a photo and it looks great, and this just isn't. This isn't the one, chief. No complaints really with the videos. you've got 4 different quality settings. You've got 1080p 30, 60, 4K 30 and 4K 60. This OnePlus 3T I'm filming on is filming in 4K 30. And yeah, no real complaints. The battery was just getting a bit low on this when using it at work at times, and just with lots going on, it would drain it quite quickly. Even though I've replaced it, I used an iFixit battery, and I just thought, I've had it for a while. There's a good deal here. I need a new contract. We'll try out this Nothing phone. And so far, really enjoying it. I will say I've transferred most things on here except my photos and videos, but the layout's very much the same. I've got the same icon pack, which is Line X icon pack. I did pay for it because I actually really like it. And yeah, most of my other apps are on here. You can have a browse through them if you want. A couple of games didn't transfer their data, so I need to find a way of transferring the data because they're not backed up with Google Play Games apparently. And yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with this video. It might seem like I'm rambling. It makes sense in my head, but I'd like to say my initial impressions are it's really nice. I think I already went through the gestures and stuff, that I'm missing the alert slider. Obviously it's got no headphone jack, which is a bit of a bummer really. The 3T I'm using has one. I know the OnePlus 6 had one. It was my deal breaker when buying this phone. This had a bit better spec, I think, and an under-screen fingerprint reader, whereas I believe the 6 had one on the back and a headphone jack, but I decided to go for this. So, not really a massive deal. I've got a set of Bluetooth headphones here. They're alright. Yeah, I like the glyphs. They're cool. Bit of a gimmick. I've used them, set a couple of timers and watched it charge up, and it works. But I don't often sit my phone face down, so that may get me to sit my phone face down when I'm not using it, and maybe I will start to use the glyphs. But yeah, everything else, I haven't really used wireless charging ever because I've never had a phone that supported wireless charging, and I would assume that's wireless charging. I think it is. So I might have a look at that. And yeah, it's a real nice feeling device in the hand. I put a case on just because in the past I've dropped devices and it just feels a bit safer. And like I said, I've got a better screen protector to go on. And yeah, I haven't really got any complaints. There was a software update right out the box. So it's now on, let me just have a look and see what Android it's on. It's on Android 13. Here's some of the specs if you're interested. 4700 or 4700 milliamp hour battery, 6.7 inch screen, lots of storage, cameras are pretty decent. I think that's last year's flagship processor. For some of the other phones, it's on Nothing OS 2.4 till 204, 12 gigs of RAM. One thing I do like about this camera is the wide angle. I've never had one with a sort of kind of fisheye effect. So I think that's quite cool. And you've got your normal standard, and then you've got 2x zoom, and you can zoom in more. Google Lens is there, which is pretty neat. If I can get the gestures to work, I obviously can't. Portrait mode, video. Yeah, I've had a little play. It seems cool. There were a lot of complaints on the reviews I was watching about the camera, but I think because I'm going from a 2018, 2019 device to a 2023 device, I don't think I'm going to have any complaints, to be honest. This is going to be a breath of fresh air, because, like I say, although these are still functioning devices that I've got, the 6T and the 3T, they are getting on a bit. They're not getting the support like the new devices are. So hopefully with some updates, this camera improves for others, but I think at the moment it'll be fine for me and what I use it for. Maybe the only thing I need to invest in is another phone mount, because I don't know where I'd put the magnets, which I use here to mount it to my car. Other than that though, this is a really random video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was a bit of an insight from someone who's not a tech YouTuber. And yeah, definitely consider buying the Nothing Phone 2.